So, really, this isn't exactly a Husky football party at this point. This is more like a Husky football, I don't know what you'd call it. Intervention, family meeting, something that's unpleasant. Spring cleaning, gutter cleaning, I don't know. Jesus. Price. Ooh, beautiful. Price escaped the pass rush and then fires a strike pretty far downfield to Safari and Jenkins for a nice gain, which gives the Huskies not only a first down, but also gives them some breathing room with which to work. So, very good play there for Mr. Price. Oh, man. Where are we at here? 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the half. So, Washington's down by 11 right now. And they had the ball to begin with, so USC will get the ball in the second half, so it's pretty critical. And as we get probably another false start penalty, there's been a lot of those today. Pretty critical if you're Washington to hopefully somehow ideally get into the end zone, if not at least a field goal, without giving up any more to USC. Going into half, because you're going to be giving USC the ball to start things off, so you don't want to get yourself in too bad of a rut for the second half. Yeah, that was a great play from Price to Safari and Jenkins. It almost seems as if that might be something they could go to that would be there all day, because I don't really see any defenders in the USC secondary that can match up well against their tight end. So maybe the UW has an advantage there that they can exploit. He certainly did on that play. I mean, he was open by a good 5 yards before he made contact. And oh, there's our first hour. Gone quickly. Poor special teams coaching by, what's that guy's name? Johnny Nansen. Idiot. And I'm just going to put tags. Johnny Nansen. Idiot. That will be the identifier for this video for anyone else who wants to watch it later. Save. Good. Alright. Wow, Mike Pereira is talking college football too. Isn't that something? He's like the former head of NFL officials, or maybe he still is, I don't know. Why is this stupid thing getting all twisted? Right? Who knows? Who cares? Alright. How did the UW get backed up that far? Alright. There must have been a play negating that completion to Safari and Jenkins, obviously. Because it's still a... Oh no. The bad snap. Throw it. Throw it! Oh. Price, I think that's a safety. I believe they get him in the end zone for a safety before he drops the ball. That was terrible. Johnny Nansen, it is all your fault. Your fault. Johnny Nansen, it is all your fault. Yeah, so this is really starting to get ugly now because you give up a safety. Now it's 16-3 in favor of the Trojans, which also means you got to get the ball back to them. So they're going to have, and then there's a Husky down. Looks like he's injured. So that means that the Huskies are really just on the verge of getting blown out, honestly, because and Nick Montana's warming up right now. The Huskies are on the verge of getting blown out because if USC goes down and scores, say they get a touchdown before half, and that's because Price, oh gosh, that's all we need. Price is a little hobbly. 23-3 potentially, and starting the second half and giving the ball to USC. So good God, this is went from decent to just horrific in a very short few minutes. That was your fault too. That was your fault too. That was your fault too. This guy's on my S list for sure. Gosh, I'm just going to tweet this guy's name into oblivion. Okay. So, let's see here. Let's do a little background research on this schmuck. Okay. Now that we had the browser open so that we could learn how to spell douche, hopefully I can remember that. I'd love to retain that because I use that word a lot. Okay. Johnny Nansen. USC's going to have the ball at about, oh, he's a fucking cougar? Are you serious? That explains a lot. Okay. So, USC's got the ball, like, I think a little beyond the 50, so, yeah, this is not good. Have you ever watched, okay. Have you ever seen film of USC in the last game? Johnny Nansen. Oh, and then USC's just running right through the UW defense. The UW defense pretty much held up as much as it could. Now, the dikes and the levees are not strong enough to hold, and they're all going to just burst and flood. Sorry. Just put too much pressure on them, that's what happens. Have you watched any film on USC in the last 10 years? Okay, Johnny Nansen. Oh, shoot. I gotta edit that. Delete. Yes. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I don't know why. Leaving out words, it's very annoying. 206 yards to 68. That's a big difference. Okay. Johnny Nansen, have you watched any film on USC in the past 10 years? Okay, Johnny Nansen, have you watched any film on USC in the past 10 years? Good. USC's about to score, I hate to say it. getting the ball just shy of 20. Okay. Nansen, come on. You pompous schmuck. Alright. Yeah, I want to X out of that. I'm tired of looking at him. Okay. This is just really, seriously, I mean, sometimes mistakes are big, sometimes they're little, and sometimes it's not the size of the mistake, but it's when and how they happen. And that, dropping the ball on a USC special teams fake punt, that is an example of, from that point on, boom, cost the game. That's the defining play of this game, period. I don't care what happens from this point on. That is the defining play of the game, and that is that's when this game was decided. 14-3 USC. Oh boy. I believe it was 14-3 USC, and Washington was looking at getting the ball back, and then of course the rest is history. And another nice run for the USC tailback. He's getting the ball all the way down to what, like inside the 10 at least, maybe even further. Just at the 9. So is it going to be first and goal from the 9? Yes, it is. Oh, a little play action. Hits his man. Touchdown, Trojans. I feel bad for the Husky defense because they fought all real hard, even on that drive, and they're still fighting, and it's just not fair. That idiot, Johnny Nansen, put them in a horrible position with his inept coaching and really hurt the whole team. So, great job, Johnny. Whew. Jeez. Alright, this one is in the books. This one is in the books. Is in the books. Turning point. Please see. Please see. Alright. Really, what more can you say? And honestly, it sounds pessimistic on my part to say that this is over, but it is. It's being over. There's no way in hell that the Washington Huskies can come back from this deficit. They can't. Honestly, this would be a very difficult situation for even the Stanford Cardinal or the Oregon Ducks to overcome. Could they? Yeah, but it wouldn't be easy. I mean, you're dealing with USC. This is like a team that played Stanford tough as nails. And what is it now? 23-3. And getting ready to go into half, and you'll have to kick off to USC to start the second half. That is, I don't care how good you are, that's a pretty tall order. I mean, when you're a team like the Huskies, you do not have that sort of margin for error that you can play with, especially on the road. So this one is gone. This is a done deal, and hopefully next week the UW can get back on track and get back on its winning ways against the Beavers. But what I'm worried about is that, and it's kind of unfortunate that you had Stanford and Oregon so close together, and with the USC, is that are these 3 losses going to kind of just deflate the Huskies so much that they just kind of run out of steam and kind of don't finish as strong as maybe they could have? That's kind of what worries me, if they get a little bit of a malingering effect from these losses. We'll have to see. Here comes the kickoff. fielded at about the 3, all the way to the 20. Now the 25, and then maybe about to the 26. So nice run back. And with 2 minutes 37 seconds to go, the Huskies will have an opportunity on offense to try and somewhat cut into that mammoth deficit of 20 points before the second half. And it would be imperative that they do so if they want to make this game or keep this game somewhat competitive. Price looks like he's okay. He's back in the lineup. He's got Polk back there with him. Hand off to Polk. And he finds a little bit of daylight, and he ends up making a first down on that play. He is very, very nifty when it comes to his ability to run through contact and then somehow find room and then get way beyond what it looks like is available. Very good interior runner. Price back to pass, I couldn't tell. Looks like it's complete. And Washington is moving the ball as they approach midfield. And it looks like it's going to be a second and short. Price, oh, false start. That's going to kill it. Kill the rhythm and send him back. I wonder what kind of offensive line Sarkisian's been recruiting as far as players are concerned, because that right now appears to be where the Huskies are seriously, where they really need to get better, is on the offensive line. Oh, what's going on? Price looks like he's kind of audibling, changing the play slightly. Looks like everybody's on the same page so far. Snap, Price, back to pass. He's telegraphing his receiver there, and he gets sacked. So what looked as if it were a promising drive is beginning to stall as we get into a third and fairly long now for the Huskies. And time is rapidly dwindling off of that clock as we probably get inside of a minute left to play in the half as the clock continues to run, unless there's been a timeout called, but I don't believe there has. No. So it's about a minute 10 left, and Washington's lined up and ready to run their third down play. Hopefully get that off before a minute left. Minute mark, and they do. And big pass rush. Price gets rid of it, but not for a very substantial gain. And that brings up a fourth down and real long with about, well, actually only 4th and 4, but 4th and 4 with about under a minute to play. It looks like Washington calls timeout, or was it USC? Couldn't tell. Either way, play stopped with a timeout and about 53 seconds left. 4th and 4 for the Huskies when play resumes. I don't know what they're going to do here, but Price looks pissed. They're punting. Okay. So they punt to USC, which is probably a smart call. And a nice kick. Nice kick as Washington downs it at the 1 yard line. Alright, great punt. That was an awesome punt. By Kyle Rath. Rasp. Sorry. But I don't think going for it. Oh, but there's a flag, so who knows what's going to happen after that. This goober, that's the official. He looks like he looks like a human version of Hank Hill. Blocking the back on the return team. Well, why even call it? Because they downed him inside the 1. So where are you going to put him? What is that penalty going to effectively achieve? Nothing. So just shut up. Alright. I don't know. I don't suppose USC is going to try anything here with 44 seconds left and they're pinned at their own half-yard line. But stranger things have happened. But it's a good decision not to go for it, because you don't want to give USC... You see where USC ended up with the ball with about 44 seconds left. Had you gone for it and not got it, you give USC more than enough time to score in great field position. So I think great call of not going for it. Okay, they're just going to go ahead and run out the clock, apparently, as they scramble forward for a couple of yards. But the clock isn't moving. So, did we get a timeout? Yes. Washington? Really? That's curious. Very curious. So, USC's running out the clock with about 40 seconds to go. Washington calls timeout. I'm not sure exactly why, because do they feel as if they're going to have a chance to get a punt return or a punt block or maybe get the ball back? There's only 40 seconds, so you use your first one, second down, you burn your second one, third down, you burn your third one. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't quite understand the reasoning. I would just say go into halftime without any more damage. Okay. Play stuffed again by the Huskies. Are they going to let it run? Nope, they're calling their second timeout. So Washington uses its second timeout. The ball is on the USC 5, we'll call it. And it's going to be third and slightly over 5 for the Trojans. USC has 3 timeouts left. Washington 1. Hell, if I'm USC, you know what I do right here? I line up as if I'm just going to run the ball in a kind of a bunch formation. I do a play action and I take a shot downfield, catch the Huskies with their pants down, score a touchdown, put a nail in their coffin right before the half. That's what I would do if I was USC right here, because the Huskies have really given away what their strategy is. So obviously defensively they're going to be playing the run, trying to quickly stop that. We'll see what happens. But USC plays it safe, runs it, and gets a first down. So now the point's moot. But USC could stop the clock now if they wanted to, which they do, because courtesy of the Huskies preserving all that time on the clock, now that USC has gotten a first down and is in better field position, they still have 24 seconds left. Oh, now the clock runs. They did not use a timeout. My fault. The clock stopped for the change. So USC is actually content to let this dwindle down. And the Huskies will go in down by 20 at halftime. So we're going to take our own little halftime break here on the Husky Football Party on the CALX Network, and we'll be right back. Halftime. This really sucks. This really sucks. let's see, where, oh shoot.